Greetings folks, I've just come out of the High Court and a quick update. 3 weeks ago I brought an application to the High Court to Justice Emily Egan, who heard my motion in relation to the preservation of the mark register and the sealed documents and the ballot papers in relation to the last general election from being destroyed. Now, Justice Egan made an order that day to say to the Clerk of the Dáil, right to Garda Síochána, for their consent if they needed these sealed documents and information for the purpose of their investigation. The Gardaí have now come back and said they want them. The judge today heard my motion. Again, I had furnished a supplementary grounding affidavit. This is my 4th grounding affidavit that I've submitted in relation to this. And you know, I have also stated on that affidavit that the zip files that the government, the Clerk of the Dáil, are giving me are not working, they're not opening. When I open them, there's nothing in them. And counsel today, the barrister for the Clerk of the Dáil, said that, you know, they didn't see the point, and that I had made no application for a hard copy of the marked register, which I requested from the judge today, because I said to the judge, look, it's imperative that I get a hard copy, because I've asked an IT guy to look at this into it for me to see was I doing something wrong, and even he couldn't get access to it. So I said, if an IT guy can't access these zip files and I open them and there's nothing showing up, you know, I need a hard copy of them now at this stage, Judge. And I also said to the judge, you know, it's a bit rich of the government saying that now, and the Clerk of the Dáil's counsel saying this to me, because, you know, they've spent 1.5 million euros on a printer. Then they spent 350,000 euros on a bike shed, and I said to the judge, they're squandering money, the Irish government, left, right and centre, and this is imperative now for the democracy of the electoral process in Ireland now that I get a hard copy of these. So all in all, and then another thing, imagine this, the Clerk of the Dáil's legal team put a grounding affidavit, and I given it to me from sworn by Aileen Fallon in the Bills office, and they hadn't filed it in the central office of the High Court. And I pulled them up on that today, on that, and if I had pulled that stunt, that grounding affidavit would be dismissed. So there seems like, I think, you know, this is a bit rich now from the legal team of the Clerk of the Dáil, and they should have known better, and perhaps did know better. But anyway, the judge picked up on it straight away and told them they have to go back now and file it in the central office of the High Court. And then she also requested them to make copies of everything and have them to her for tomorrow morning, because tomorrow she's called us back to make her order in what she proposed to do. But the interesting thing is, the legal team for the Clerk of the Dáil, they had big boxes of loads of paperwork. It looked like it was the mark register for the Turin Cahill polling station and for the mark registers in Kerry. But I'm back now again at after lunch here in the High Court, because I've also made an ex parte application to the High Court to hear a motion now that I'm bringing today for an application to inspect all the polling information cards that were used in Kerry in the 2024 general election. So I'll keep you updated on that. And I know tonight the great people of Saggart are coming out again for a peaceful protest, honking their horns, because they're not one bit happy about what's after happening with the Irish government now purchasing City West Hotel as an iPass centre. Also, folks, I have gone on to the HSE website to stop them from using my organs in the event of my death. You can do this, you can log on to the HSE website, but if there's a part in it where it says put in your PPS number, 10 times I tried to put in my PPS number now into it, and then they've said, oh, you have to ring an 1800 number. I believe, and another 10 people have come on to me and said, you need to highlight this problem because we're having the same issues. Now, this, I believe, in my view, is a deterrent for the HSE to block people from saying that they don't want to give their organs. They're making it, I believe, very difficult with this. And be under no illusion, this is organ harvesting, what this Irish government are trying to do to us now, and the HSE. So look, people, you need to log on and stop and say we don't want our organs donated, because I believe there's another hidden agenda behind this. But look folks, I'll come back to you with an update once I'm finished with my ex parte application here in the High Court. Gora Mila Mahagav.